welcome back to the channel. Logan here, Octane and Zip Ties, and we've got another LS video for you guys today. I just want to give a quick shout out, Nick at NotLoneNick on Instagram. He has a crazy LS. He hooked it up with these springs, as you guys can tell from the title of the video. I've got these 50K Swift springs, 4-inch, that will be going on the front of the LS today. Not gonna worry about spring rate in the rear right now, because technically my upper control arm is against my frame, so I really don't have any use for those. And then I actually just got some new meat on these fronts. Yeah, so I'm gonna hopefully have all four on, and as long as this goes quick, easy, and smooth, then I'll have those on the front. I will have the springs on the front, and then I will plan on putting on the fenders that I had off for quite a while. So I'm excited to finally have the LS looking half decent. The front will be able to go as low as I can for right now, with these 50Ks, having the tire that close, you know, just a millimeter or two close to the frame, until you guys see what we've got next for the front. So that is going to be crazy. You could only imagine what I'm about to do. So I guess let's get started on this install and bring you guys along. So what I'm doing here is just to make it easy to get off this whole coilover. I ended up just taking off the nuts on the top hat. This whole spindle assembly, while it's hooked into the upper control arm to the spindle, the brakes have, or I guess the brake lines have just enough play to where you can actually lift it off and like hold it on your knees, like I'm about to show you, and then pull the whole coilover assembly off. So I just took off those two 17s. So hold it like this, and then what? Boom. You can actually set it on the tie rod real quick. Pull out the whole coilover instead of stepping on it and doing all that jazz. Yeah, quick and easy. Coilover's off, and then I'll just set this up. Whole assembly. Also, before anybody says anything, only reason that I stacked a 1-inch on the 2-inch is because my tires blew out on the old weds. Those tires were dry rotted, so I had to throw these spares on, or I guess the stocks. And with the shortened and tilted spindles, these stock wheels are almost all barrel, and it's 225/60. So yeah, there was no way that it was going to be moving, so I ended up just stacking it. Didn't move more than, 30 feet, whatever it is. So boom, let's get the springs on. Oh. All right, next step, we're going to be taking off the top hat from the actual coilover. Well, there we go. Bet. Just in case, this does not have adjustable dampening, so if this nut does not want to come off, then I believe you actually take a wrench. You'll put the wrench on this, which is a 19, and then you will put an axle key. I mean, oh shoot, I'm spacing it. But you'll put a key right inside of there to hold it, and then you will loosen this nut off. Make sure you remember how it goes on. I mean, it's not like the spacer isn't two-sided, but just in case, especially with all this stuff. Not sure about all these internals, all these insides, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it exactly how it came off, and then whatchamacallit, make sure if you guys have K-Sports or any other coilovers with these things in it, make sure you don't lose these, because these are the spacers that basically slide into here that allow the bolt to go through and allow the bottom of the coilover to seat correctly. Let me grab these 50Ks and we'll throw these Johnnies on. So I have these 50Ks now. They are a lot smaller than the stock springs. They are a little bit bigger ID. I believe the stock ID is ID 63, and I believe these are ID 65, ID 67, or ID 68. ID is the inner diameter, basically the size of the hole, compared to the size on your collars. So, as you can tell here, this goes on, and you can't move it side to side. This, yes, it will have a little bit of play, but nothing that is going to be a problem for us. If you don't like it, well, it's not your car. Oh well. Especially with everything being compressed. So I already took this. This I will be putting on the inside, since that is what is on the inside of this top hat. This top hat will be going back on. We'll throw the washer on, and then throw this nut on. Oh, and then throw this nut on. Yes. Well, actually, I am not going to be adjusting preload, and right now, I'm not going to be adjusting, or getting, I should say, a helper spring, which basically, with these smaller springs, a helper spring keeps this, keeps tension on this so that it doesn't move around while the car is suspended, say in the air, which for what we're doing really is not a big issue. It just means, you know, if you end up getting stuck or three-wheeling or something, it means that your wheel's going to sag when your car's tilted or in the air, compared to lifting up the car and then the whole wheel goes up with the car, basically keeping the suspension tight. So I'm going to throw these in real quick, and then I guess button everything up, put it on the ground, and see the difference. I'm assuming I'm going to have to raise this coilover just because of the length that we took out of the stock spring. So yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully we'll have all the weds on, and then if I have time before we go scoot with the boys downtown on the electric scooters, maybe I'll be able to put the fenders on. So we'll see. Let's get her done. Alright, so this side is on just like the way that I took it off. I did it the exact same way. Just tightened up the two 17s that hold the spindle on. Just tightened up the 17s that are on the top of this. Also, if you guys are watching this and you are new to the channel, whatever, go watch my shortened front subframe video. I put that out not too long ago. Basically raises the engine to where it just closes, puts a lot more clearance on all of your pans and your front subframe, let alone. I also did a diff raise, notch for the rear axles, basically custom rear subframe, shortened rear uppers, all the 9 yards. So if you guys are interested in any of this, make sure to check out those old videos, throw a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and stay tuned. So let's get back to putting, I guess, this wheel on, and then I will do the other side. So I'm not sure if I'm going to actually use this 2-inch. I really only had to use those with the white work reps that my buddy let me use as drift spares to go to the highway mob meet. Check out that video as well. I might actually end up just throwing on that 25mm spacer with the weds I've got sitting over there. So since I don't have the fenders on, that really doesn't matter. Since that side is up, I might actually just do that side without putting this wheel on yet, since the car's in the air, and then we'll start throwing stuff together. And then maybe I'll have it sitting with the fenders for the first time in who knows how long, and all 4 wheels. So let's get to it. so both sides are on. This was the droop I was talking about, just like a normal, I guess, coilover or stock suspension would. You raise the car up, wheel drops down some. And yeah, so both wheels are on, both springs are on. I didn't do that process because it honestly took about a song's length. So I think about like 3-4 minutes, and I was done with that side. Didn't even have to take off the spindle because the lower control arm actually dropped down a bit farther. But yeah, so I'm about to put it on the ground. I'm gonna see how close it is to my frame, and if I need to adjust the coilover from there, I will. And yeah, let's get to it. Oh, well, definitely went down faster than anticipated, and definitely slammed on the frame. But oh well. Oh, check that out. I mean, I did just raise it just a little bit, but I really only need enough clearance to fit a credit card in there. Nick, who I bought it off of, said that he was running barely any clearance, and it was not an issue. So looks like I will be adjusting the coilovers instead of taking the wheels off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up, turn the wheel completely, this wheel completely left. I'm going to crank up the coilover from there and then match it on the other side. So let's get to it, and I will catch you guys after I raise up the coilovers real quick. Yes sir, so we've got one side dialed in. I had to put it up and down a few times, but there's about a credit card's distance between the frame and the tire. But on these 50Ks, Nick said he really didn't move much at all. Tire was basically credit card away from the fender. He bounced, hit bumps, whatever else, and he said it really didn't shave anything. So what I'm gonna do is probably drive it, check the tires, and see if it actually makes a difference. I mean, if I need to raise it just a little bit more, I will. But definitely happy with how it is right now. Just did this side. I'm actually gonna do the other side, and I know when I drop that side, or actually raise that side, it might affect this a little bit. But yeah, we're just gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna try to get that side identical to this one, and then I don't know, maybe pull it out and check it. If not, then maybe I'll throw on the fender real quick. Might not bolt it up, but hey, might get a picture posted on the gram or something. Been a little while since I've even had one with fenders on. So bet, let's get to it. Alright, well, you guys have no idea how happy I am right now. I had no idea it was gonna tuck this much with the fenders on. Damn! I am probably hot and sweaty, but I could care less about you guys seeing me like this. I love you guys. I couldn't not care less about you guys. You get what I mean, but damn, bro. I am so happy, so excited. Man, this thing looks like a spaceship, boy! I really didn't want to do this today either. I was tired and hot. I went surfing this morning. We ended up going out in the lake, cleaning up the garage and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Let me work on the LS. The people have been waiting, and damn, I am so excited. You guys have no idea. Holy shit, this thing looks crazy, man. I gotta check what's dragging. I mean, I'm assuming exhaust, hopefully not subframe yet, but damn, this thing is fucking mint. Excuse my language, but I am so happy. For sure gonna back it up, take a flick right here. This is probably the prettier side, and throw in the fog light, you know, just to make it look like it's all in one piece. But your boy's hype. So let me get back to you in a bit once I start moving this around, make sure everything's good. Well, here is the aftermath, and the Lexus is finally across the street. Skyline's joining her. Hopefully you guys can hear me, but yeah, like I said, super excited. And funny enough, I was backing it up. Yes, I know how to drive low cars. I know how far my frame and stuff is off the ground. I have plenty of clearance, but my exhaust hangs down like 4 inches. So I'm definitely gonna have to get that tucked, and I won't have any problems. But I got beached for about 20 minutes. I was trying to figure everything out on my own. I had plenty of wood, all this jacks, whatever. Well, ended up having to ask my dad to grab the truck and basically drag me all the way across. So
man, he tried so hard to get it done without having to ask for any help. But when you can't even make it over this little thing, it might be a little bit low. I'm still trying to figure out why you do some of the stuff you do, but hey, there you go. We're all learning.
But yeah, there she goes, there she sits. I just put the bumpers on. I actually, here, let me walk over real quick. I actually didn't bolt these bad boys up. And actually in the meanwhile, I fucking ripped my whole bracket, but all this bracket was already broken anyways, so I will be getting a new bumper soon. But yeah, here she sits. Man, I can't tell you how excited I am. I mean, I know most of you guys are like, oh man, you're ruining your car, whatever. This makes me happy, you know. I've done so much time into this car, so much money, so much fabrication. You know, this is what I like to do, and hopefully all you guys that are staying tuned to the channel are digging the whole LS build, digging all of Highway Mob, digging all the meats, all the content we give out for you guys. So here I'm gonna close out the video. It was a beautiful day. I actually lost track of time. I'm gonna have to shower and go pick Jose up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If so, throw a thumbs up. Let's see some comments down there. Subscribe if you haven't, and stay tuned for more content. Love you guys. Catch you next time.